Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Mr. Garza's Art Lessons. Today we're doing another Dragon Ball Z artwork. We've got a request, and I said yes, but we're not going to do too many of them. We're going to just do a few of them. And we may get more later on. Today what we're going to do is we're going to draw Vegeta. Now, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, was a hero, and he was a villain, and he became a anti-hero, so he's kind of his own thing. I used to watch. I watched it a little bit, but not too much. No, that was more my niece's show. So I was watching other stuff at the time, but not. I just some of it could get in, some couldn't. So we're gonna kind of do like the same thing is. We're not gonna start with the stick figure. That's gonna be more of action poses. I think we're for this one. We're just gonna kind of give the basic lesson, and if we want to get to action poses, we get more requests, then we can start doing that. But this is a good explanation for and a good lesson for how to draw anime as well. So we're gonna go ahead and start. So we always start with the head. And as we do, like in last lesson, their cheekbones is like a square. So that's his chin. We're gonna make it his face, if we do lightly, right around there. Yeah, there we go. And I had to practice a little on him. One of the ones I found favorite was the one with the little visor thing. So we're gonna draw a little visor on his head, and with the big pads. So I think y'all know what I'm talking about, but some of you are like, well, may not. But once you see it, you'll see it. A lot of it's gonna come from the texture wise. Okay, so. This is gonna be his shoulder pad. This version, he has like a big old shoulder pad, blade armor thing. Guess that's the way to call it. Then kind of connect it over there. Then how to make his muscles. We're gonna do his shoulder arms first. And come down right around there. It kind of helps detail for his body. So this is his chest, and this is part of his stomach, right around there. And like I said, most of it's gonna be part of the battle armor and the clothing that's most of it's gonna wear. So that's part for his belt. So I can remember and go back to what I want to do. Piece out his arm muscles, and then for his glove. I did a little more fist, easier, just because I think the fists are a lot easier to make rather than just to spend on time fingers. Now, I did a lesson, I think it was either Green Lantern or Aquaman, on how you can make real life fingers. So, you can always take a look there for that, so if you want to stretch out for his fingers. There we go. Alright. So now, let's go back to his chest. Over the belt, so. Now we're going to draw kind of like a half oval type shape, because that's part of his suit. So it's going to be somewhere around there. And then go back to his leg. Stretch for his knee. Run on that way. Down. Scoot up down so this way y'all can see what's happening. They kind of have the boot right around there, meet its edge. He has the same type of bulky-ish type boot. I'm not sure if that's just the design of the anime. That's what they were wanting. So, you know. Right around there. Okay. Now we're going to work on part of his calf muscle. Some of that, I think I made it just a little too short, but from the original picture that I drew. I had to practice a lot more for this because I didn't really know Dragon Ball Z artwork. Whereas like Batman, Superman, I'm always drawing as them, but this one I really didn't. But like I said, I was gonna do one for certain students who wanted that, so you know, I won't mind giving to you. Right around here, this is kind of where, like, you know, you can stress on the muscles for a little bit. I don't know. Some of it's a little buff, but, you know, you can always stretch it out. I know for his calf muscle, it's just simple calf like there. And for his boot, he kind of has, like, a little edges right there, so... So we're going to kind of make to the calf. Now, as I said last video, we're going to try to make sure it's spaced out. So we're going to kind of space it out. So it's kind of formed for its calf. From there too. This is where you may need to do stick figure. And that's okay if you do. They help out a ton. I'm just skipping off of it too. Now we're going to form his next boot. And then kind of give a curve right around there. So they kind of even out. Actually, they don't. Let's try it again. There we go. Yeah, that looks 20 times better. Then you kind of add the details just a little bit, so you see how the boot kind of comes over this way to it. The line for the texture and like I said, most of the Dragon Ball Z and the artwork is going to come from, you know, most of the texture. And here's that other part of his armor belt thing. Kind of curve right there. It may have been easier probably to draw that part out first and then focused on it. You know, it probably would have been easier to do that. But it's okay. So for next time you can always do that. And that's part of the other part of you. I'm guessing it's like armor? I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and draw that part first. This way maybe you can kind of get the idea. Then we're going to go back and add the shoulder blade. Okay, so I had to kind of make a little bit of a stick figure for it. I was having a little trouble with it, I'll be honest. So we're going to make sure, because I did an attempt and it was making him look pretty white. So, with that being said, we're going to have to make sure we do it correctly. So with that being said, we're just going to kind of go all over the place. So, finish up his neck. And then we'll kind of do his arms. Now, most of it's the body width that you have to watch out for. As I found out earlier, that you're going to need to make sure, you plan ahead, because otherwise your body width will be too big. And that's probably why, like I said, it'd be okay for stick figures, but some things you may need to do the stick figure for, so, Then we'll go back, because it turned out just to be a little too wide. Mind you, this is probably my third attempt on this character. And I think maybe it's not the best one, but I'm trying as best I can, Probably make it. There it is. A lot better. So you just have to kind of look at his body, like I said, body. And obviously I didn't do that correctly, so I have to just take a break, take a breather, and then redo it again. And that's how a lot of times an artist do. So, just don't feel too bad, because obviously, your teacher here is doing the same thing. So, then we're going to make his little belt. Now, it's supposed to be like a furry type belt. I think because Super Saiyans are like alien, I think. Saiyans are like alienish, and then they turn to monkeys or gorillas when the moon or something. I do remember that part. I remember watching that episode. That was an interesting episode / movie. Okay. Then we're gonna kind of do his other shoulder blade. I filmed the other videos with Goku and the fusion characters. Yes, that's how I say it. So that's why I mentioned I also have Vegeta. So originally I could have just scrapped it, but how was that fair too? So right here it's gonna have little lines around for his shoulder pad. Go ahead and do the same thing here. Then kind of make his chest, pec muscles, shirt. Slim him down just a little more. Or make him go a little more, I don't know. Run that way. Not liking that arm. Just not liking that arm. There we go. The other one I had did, and I'll be honest, like the other one I did, he turned out to be really fat. Like, I don't know what had happened. First attempt when I did the character so I could learn how to draw it, he didn't turn out that bad, but for some reason when I'm filming the video, it just turned out to be, he was huge. He looked like that one of the Super Saiyans that looked just big. Let's put it this way. He looked like Majin Buu. Or a regular Buu. I don't know. One of the chubby Boos. That one. That's the one he looked like. And I was thinking, what? And I was thinking, oh, we'll just play it off. He's like Hulkish type. But I ultimately made the change and just said no. So all of this right here is going to be lines to kind of like similar to the pads. I want to make sure they even out. And do the same thing right here. Same thing with those lines. Okay. He's a little slimmer. Well, maybe I'll slim down his leg too. Because you don't want it to be too huge out. And, you know, mistakes happen. As you see on my show, I make quite a bit often. That's why I don't really like to have so many students, when they say draw something for me right then and there. Well, it's not that I don't mind, but when I'm on site, you know, I do make mistakes. And then some people are like, why do you make mistakes? Everybody makes mistakes. Come on. Come on now. And like, no one's that perfect. No artist is that perfect. Okay, so back to his head. Now we got the giant forehead, so now we're gonna make the part for his hair. And we're gonna go ahead and do his hair because it just looks too weird without it like bald. And this is just regular hair, like, you know, kind of a wave. Kind of like you're making fire type. And since it's black, you could just always just do that. Okay. Make sure my pencil's not in the way for y'all. I have a very bad habit on that, and I do apologize, but when I'm in the zone, I just am. Okay. Now, if you want to add, like, value to it, like, you know, just give a little colorish right there. You can. You don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because we've been talking about value. And it's if we've already talked about in a lesson, we're going to kind of try to use it. We use that in value for Green Lantern and the Flash. So we're going to make sure we do that. Reason I'm not doing, like, you know, the coloring for it, because it's going to take a long time. Like, a long time. And as of right now, I don't have that kind of moment of time, because I'm trying to get videos. I'm trying to get some writings to be done for my book series, and even working on other film projects. So, you know, I just have to, plus I have to work for my teaching assignments, so you know, that's what kind of takes out. I don't have much time. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the face, because we have to add like the little eyepiece right there. So kind of give like that line to kind of separate for space, and then the nose. Little pointed out nose. Big eyebrows, like the same with Goku. Like triangle type, rectangular type shape. Then go there. And then kind of a trapezoid. And then for this part, it's like a long square, because we have the waist space, and just a little dot there, right there. They don't get into too detailed on eye pupils, so I'm not worried about that. Fix its ear. 2 lines down there to make its ear. Focus on the little ear lobe. Please go inside, shaping up your earlobe. And that's how you can do ears. Ears are really funny how to do them. So, you know, give a smirk. Like, I'm so cool, I can take you on. No one can defeat me. Type thing. Armor for pec muscles. Line X. Like lines were for his neck, for his apple, and where I can scream. You know, Dragon Ball Z. I become Super Saiyan. Kameya. Yeah, okay, I'm done. So now we're gonna do the little eyepiece. And it's just kind of like a little square. Right around there. Okay. This one looks a lot better than the one I did. Still in the debate if that's just a little too wide. But it looks 20 times better than the one I had. I would show it, but I'm a little embarrassed. You know. I just am. So, I don't want to... we all make arts and you can say, nah, it's cool, Mr. Garza. It's not that bad. But I want to make sure at least I do it. And, I mean, I have just only drawn this character for almost less than a day. So, I don't know it all. So that's where you have it. You have Vegeta, our first anti-hero / supervillain. Not our last. There's going to be some more. But I want to do other projects before that. So we don't have just focus on superhero stuff. Oops, I forgot the lines were around there. Almost forgot that. Yep. Okay. Alright. Question below. Comment, subscribe. You can email me at Mr. Garza's Art Lessons if you have any questions. Alright. Thank you for watching.